resound loud as the rolling sea.
Every voice will sing
a song.
Every voice will sing a song.
Sing a song.
Every voice will sing a song. Blessing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on to victory. Bless our feet, straight from the places on God where we met thee. Bless our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand.
I am Roland Pattillo, and today I would like to give public approval and thank you to Henrietta, the source of the famous Gila cells. Thank you, Henrietta, for the birth of your 5 children, for Lawrence, David, Deborah, Clothy, and Zacharias. Thank you to Deborah for facilitating the transmittal of Henrietta Lacks' life through the author, Deborah's, through the author, Mrs. Clute. Today, we commemorate as HeLa cells were used in more than 70,000 publication discoveries and were brought to fore worldwide science, such as in vitro fertilization, the polio vaccine, and numerous other additions to medical science. This continues, and our gratitude, our attitude of gratitude to Henrietta is forthcoming on this particular day as we salute Henrietta Lacks in the continuity of discovering new avenues of accomplishing attacks on healthcare deficits and presenting the opportunity for definition of differentiation and growth and maturity. For these gifts, we say thank you, Henrietta Lacks. Thank you, HeLa, the cells that has made these discoveries possible. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Congressman Kweisi Mfume, and I'm delighted to welcome all of you to the annual Henrietta Lacks Legacy Group Luncheon. Mrs. Lacks' story is one of sacrifice amongst tragedy. It's a story that too many of us don't know, but all of us have benefited from in some way. For me, it's a very personal one. One of the most recognizable photographs of Henrietta Lacks features her just steps away from her home in Turner Station. Having grown up in Turner's myself, the neighborhood for me is a place of 1,000 wonderful memories. Continuing the good work of my predecessor, Congressman Elijah Cummings, to honor Mrs. Lacks' life and legacy, I am proud that I was able to pass the Henrietta Lacks Enhancing Cancer Research Act and to get that important legislation signed into law. The historic bill aims to confront healthcare disparities by making cancer clinical trials more racially diverse, and so there was no one, absolutely no one, more appropriate than Mrs. Lacks to name this legislation after. And so I want to thank the Henrietta Lacks Legacy Group, along with Courtney Speed, for the organization's leadership in keeping her story alive. I also want to congratulate and acknowledge this year's nominees who will be honored, which include Mrs. Diane Wilkes, Dr. Roland Pattillo, the St. Matthew United Methodist Church, and CT Associates. Again, to all of you who have worked so hard to preserve the legacy of Mrs. Lacks, thank you for your efforts. While her cells remain immortalized in the medical field forever, together we will make sure that her story also endures for the rest of time. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski, and I am grateful to be included in this annual luncheon honoring the life and legacy of Mrs. Henrietta Lacks. For years, this group has worked tirelessly to protect, preserve, and promote her story, as well as highlight her unmatched contributions to modern medicine. For too long, Mrs. Lacks' contributions went unheralded while directly contributing to the development of important breakthroughs, like the polio vaccine, in vitro fertilization, and cancer treatments. Her story illustrates that racial inequities are still embedded in the U.S. research and healthcare systems to this day. And the work being done by the Henrietta Lacks Legacy Group not only promotes community health, but also raises awareness about health equity. The lessons from her story are more important now than ever. And your participation today not only helps raise funds for a wax statue in her honor at the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum, but also contributes to helping the next generation by contributing to the Henrietta Lacks Scholarship Endowment at the Community College of Baltimore County. Congratulations to all of today's honorees. Woman of the Year, Mrs. Diane Wilkes, Man of the Year, Dr. Roland Pattillo, and Business of the Year, CT Associates Lion Homes. To everyone here today, especially President Servant Courtney Speed, thank you all so much for the work you do.